Hello all, in today's session we are going to talk about the antenna aperture. Now with each antenna we can associate a number of equivalent areas which will be called as the aperture. So these are used to describe the power capturing characteristics. So this describes what are the power capturing, you can say, characteristics of the antenna. So here we can say these areas or apertures can be distinguished as a physical aperture, effective aperture, scattering aperture, loss aperture, and the collecting aperture. Now let us first understand the concept of the aperture with the help of the physical aperture. So the first type of aperture is nothing but the physical aperture. So antenna aperture, what do you mean by the aperture, what it describes? So for that we'll understand what is the physical aperture first. So to understand the aperture concept, consider a receiving antenna which is nothing but the horn antenna. So this antenna is nothing but the horn antenna. Suppose this antenna is immersed in the field of uniform plane wave. So this is nothing but the uniform plane wave. Your antenna is immersed in the uniform plane wave. Now as shown in the figure, the horn is the rectangular with the dimension a and a b. So the area of opening is called as the physical aperture. This particular area will be called as the physical aperture. Now so ap, to understand the ap is nothing but the a into b. Now effective aperture. Now let the pointing vector or the power density of the plane incident wave be wi. So let wi is nothing but the power density, which is nothing but the incident power density. Now as we know that power density is denoted by watt per meter square. So unit will be watt per meter square. So here we are having the power density of wi, which is incident. Okay. Now what will be the power absorbed from the wave? So here if I am interested in the power absorbed by wave, P is equal to WIAP watts. As we know that this is the power, we can measure it in the watts. So this is nothing but the power. Now but the problem is, if we measure this power, it is less than the calculated one. The reason for this is the field response of the horn is not uniform over the opening. So this is the opening, we are having the AP area, but responses will be not same for each and every area. Thus the opening of the horn is not having a area AP, it is slightly less than that. Okay. So this area will be called as the effective aperture. So whenever I'm talking about the effective aperture, this effective aperture will be denoted by AE. So thus the actual power, now this should be the power which must be absorbed by your antenna, but the actual power, that received power, is equal to WIAE, and which will be in the watts. Now here this you can say the actual power which is received by an antenna with the effective aperture. Let us see what do you mean by effective aperture. As we know that this is nothing but the power WIAP which must be absorbed by the horn antenna, but actual power which is received by the antenna is not equal to WIAP, it is less than this one, and which is nothing but the WIAE, whereas AE is nothing but the effective aperture. So let us define the effective aperture. So effective aperture is defined as the ratio, this effective aperture is nothing but this is the ratio of power available at the antenna terminals to the power per unit area of the appropriately polarized incident. So this is nothing but the definition of, you can say, the effective aperture. So next one is nothing but the aperture efficiency. So how we are going to find out the aperture efficiency? So aperture efficiency, if I am going to define the aperture efficiency, the ratio of AE by AP is called as the aperture efficiency. So I can say the ratio of AE by AP is called as aperture efficiency, and it will be given by the mathematically, if I am going to define it, this will be EAP is equal to AE by AP, and as this is the ratio, we can say this quantity will be the dimensionless quantity. Now along with these two apertures, there are some other apertures. So first we'll see each and every aperture step by step. So first see the effective aperture. Now as we have already defined the effective aperture, we'll see for how we are going to find out the effective aperture here for any antenna. So effective aperture, if you're going to find out, this is defined as the ratio of available power. So I can say this is nothing but the ratio of available power at the terminal of receiving antenna. So I can say whatever power available at the antenna terminal is PT to the total, or you can say to the incident wave power density from that direction. So if I want to mathematically define this particular term, I'll write AE is equal to PT by WI, whereas I can say this PT is nothing but the total power available at the antenna terminals, and I can say WI is nothing but the incident wave power density from that direction. So it is also expressed in the term of the terminal voltage. If I am interested in say PT, so PT, how we are going to use this, nothing but the VRMS square by I can say R. So here if I'm VRMS is nothing but the, now if I'm going to VRMS is nothing but the total voltage divided by 2 root 2 square here, and I can say by WI, and here I need to consider the resistance, which is nothing but the I can say 1 RR plus RL. So this is the loss resistance and the radiation resistance, which we have already gone through. Okay, so the next one is nothing but if I'm going to elaborate this particular things, I'll get this things as a VT square divided by 8 WI 1 divided by RR plus RL. So this is nothing but the effective aperture for the antenna. Now in terms of we can say terminal voltages. So this is how we are going to find out the effective aperture. Now let us see what do you mean by the scattering aperture. So scattering aperture is defined as the ratio of power scattered. So the scattering aperture is defined as the ratio of the power scattered, which is nothing but the P radiated by the receiving antenna to the incident wave power density. So if I want to mathematically define this particular term, I'll write this AS is equal to P radiated, which is nothing but the P scattering power divided by WI. So multiplying this by incident power density gives the scattered power. Okay, so I can write this is nothing but the scattering aperture of any antenna. Now let us define another term, which is nothing but the loss aperture. So if I'm interested in the loss aperture, now this will be defined as the ratio. So this is nothing but the ratio of the power lost in antenna in the form of heat, that is PL, to the incident wave power density. So if I want to define this particular term mathematically, I'll write this AL is equal to PL divided by WI. So this is my loss aperture. The next term is the capture aperture. So capture aperture is the next term which I'll define mathematically. It is nothing but the ratio of the captured power by the antenna. So this I can define as the ratio of captured power Now I'll define this captured power by PC by the antenna to the incident wave power density, which we know that this is nothing but the Wi. So if I want to define this particular term mathematically, it will become AC is equal to PC divided by Wi. Now alternately, AC can be obtained by adding all the apertures. So AC is the captured power, which is nothing but the AE plus AS plus AL, whereas AE is the effective aperture, AS is the scattering aperture, and AL is nothing but the loss aperture. So multiplying AC by an incident power density results in the power captured. So if I am interested in the, you can say, captured power, I can multiply AC by the incident power density, that PC is equal to AC into Wi. So this is the capture aperture. Now let us see about the relationship between effective aperture and the effective length. Effective length we have already gone through. Now let us talk about the relationship between effective aperture and the effective length, which we have already seen. So as we have seen that if E is equal to Vt square divided by 8 Wi 1 divided by Rr plus RL. So Vt is the peak value of the terminal voltage that we have seen. So here effective aperture, so EM is equal to root 2 Vrms by 8 Wi square 1 divided by Rr plus RL. So I can write this particular value as a Vrms, you can say, square divided by 4 Wi, which can be given 1 divided by Rr plus RL. So, or you can say that V square, or you can put here that V square is equal to Vrms square, which is nothing but the 4 Wi AEM Rr plus RL. So but the incident power density Wi can be expressed in terms of the incident field. So if I am interested in the incident power density in terms of the incident field, that Wi may be represented by E square by Z. So this things, whereas Z is nothing but the intrinsic impedance of the media, so here I can say Z is nothing but the neta intrinsic impedance of the media, and which we know that this is nothing but the 120 pi, otherwise you can say this is 377 ohm. Okay, so next one is nothing but the how we can find out, and therefore you can say that V square is equal to 4 E square by Z AEM RR plus RL. Now with no loss resistance, we can say that, yeah, here we are having a radiation resistance only. Now we can say that here there is no loss resistance, so we are considering the condition whereas no loss resistance. So in the no loss resistance you will have RL is equal to 0. So how we can define this particular thing? So V by E is equal to 2 by root Z AEM RR. So again further, according to the definition of the effective length of the receiving antenna, so LE, we know that LE is equal to V by E, which is nothing but the 2 by root Z AEM RR. So here, or you can say AEM is equal to LE square divided by 4 Z by RR. So this is all about the relationship between, we can say, that maximum effective aperture and the effective length. So in the above discussion we have not taken into consideration the polarization effect. So all above relations are valid when the polarization of the antenna matches with the wave polarization. So if it is not so, then the loss in the captured power occurs. The polarization and polarization loss will explain in the next session. So we'll stop here. Thank you.